Great Britain then, one of only 2 countries to have held a Grand Prix in every single year of the Formula One World Championship. And the circuit extends that record further for today's Grand Prix. With good opportunities to overtake at the end of the Wellington and Hangar Straights, there's a lot of potential for close action around the 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit. With 18 corners and average lap speeds of around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the longest and quickest circuits on the calendar. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of Turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap, so always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Miss Monaco lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Verstappen.
Okay, this is the team's home race. We're all relying on you to impress today. Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power. We're accumulating some wear on the MGU-K. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Right, some information on Ricciardo. They have some kind of mechanical problem. Just a reminder, we are critical on fuel, probably a lap or so short. We don't need to risk a DNF chasing records, so think about starting to conserve fuel, maybe lifting earlier into the corners. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. The gap to the car behind is 4.3 seconds. You are in first position, front of the pack. Bottas is behind you. Our gap behind is 4.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Your pit window opens in 2 laps' time. 9 laps to go. Okay, we're running low on fuel. Start lifting off the throttle a little before the braking line and letting the drag do some of the work of slowing you down. That'll help conserve the fuel you have left. Max is in the pits. Max in the pits. Okay, we can take you this lap. Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, the gap behind is 2.8 seconds. We're sat in 6th. Ocon is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 4.7 seconds. They're on old softs. Bottas behind. The gap behind us is 2.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, gap to leader, 12.7 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 6 laps to go. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. OK, clear. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. The turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. This is your final lap of the race. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So, let's review the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
It's got to be Lando Norris, hasn't it? Smooth, confident and assured. I've got no doubt that he and his team are going to be over the moon with his performance today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes move to the top of the table. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
I think it's great how much your team has been focused on developing your car. Your teammate had a great race today and was rewarded with a podium. Do you have any comments on their performance? Things are really heating up between you and your rival, aren't they? How do you feel about this team's performance this season? Appreciate your time.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media who you consider to be your rival. Think carefully who you select, as while you will receive acclaim for beating them, you'll lose acclaim if you fail to do so.